So is it your first time competing? Do you even know how to pose? Well, posing is probably one of the most important things about competing. You can be as shredded as you want, but if you don't show it on stage, if you don't show confidence, and then that's one of the things judges are looking for. So you need to demand the stage, smile, show you're there for business. So we're gonna go through just the basics for like the first time competitor, or maybe someone who's only competed once that just wants to improve on their posing and they don't practice. So what I'm going to suggest to you is that from 16 weeks out, you should start practicing, maybe even get a posing coach, watch some YouTube videos on how to pose. This will fundamentally help you in the long run. Your body will almost become accustomed to the transitions, the poses, holding the poses in that position. You won't be shaking, you'll be confident, you'll be smiling on stage, you'll be making direct eye contact with the judges. That's what they like to see. So let's get on with it, and let's start with one of the first ones. So today I'm going to take you through the fundamentals of classic physique. Yes, I'm wearing bodybuilding trunks, but we're just going to go through the classic physique fundamentals and the mandatories and kind of how I hit these. So front relaxed. You want to keep your feet at a 45. You always start with your legs, then work up. So you push down, and you almost, you're pushing out. Your feet are planted in the 45 degrees, but you're almost twisting out. And then you'll notice, let me step back a little bit. When you notice, the quads pop, and you see all the lines. From there, you want to contract your abs, bring your lats out, and then you almost want to like rest your triceps and arms on your lats. Okay, so up. As you keep everything tight, start from the bottom, legs, abs, lats. So next is a quarter turn. You turn on the hair. So you have your back leg is going to be placed maybe 3 or 4 inches in front of behind your front leg. Again, you want to get your legs set up. So squeeze your legs, squeeze your glutes. And as you're doing this, you're holding your hands over your stomach because you're going to be winded at this point. So you're going to want to blow out. And if you're trying to set up your bottom half, you're probably going to be like blowing out like that. And then judges don't like to see that. So set up your legs, covering your midsection, and then you just rotate your torso, keep it tight, and then squeeze. Now we're going to the back poses. Same thing, 45 degrees out, shoulder width, and then you almost like, the way I do this, plant your feet down, and I like to almost like squeeze my heels together, but they're not moving, but they're just squeezing so it contracts my hamstrings and glutes. You see? Let them loose, squeeze. And from there, we will contract the lats, open up as wide as you can, and set. Just remember, we're trying to maintain the hamstrings and the back contraction at the same time. Same thing on the other side. We want to keep our back foot maybe 3 or 4 inches behind our front foot, covering our midsection, squeeze our legs, and just rotate your midsection and keep it tight. And then crunch down on your obliques. So it'll look something like this. So those are the 4 quarter turns. Now we go on to the front double bicep. For this is a little bit different than bodybuilding for classic. They want to see a little bit more of a classic look. So a lot of people like to do like almost like a little hip dip. So the way I do it, of course, cover your midsection while you're doing this because you don't want your judges to see you blowing out. So contract this leg. You almost want to have all your weight on this leg, and then you're turning this leg out. All your weight's on this side, contract out, putting your toe into the ground, twisting it, the same as the front relaxed. So once you get your legs set up, you want to squeeze, lift up as if you're doing front relax, into front double, make sure your wrists are twisted to the back, and then twist back and set. Just remember to keep your core tight. Whew. You will get out of breath, but as this becomes more routine, you'll get better at that. Okay, next up is side chest. The way I do this is